5 years on, I'm still haunted by the John Cena match that feels more relevant than ever in 2025. One of the most integral scenes in 2008's The Dark Knight sees Harvey Dent at a restaurant table with Bruce Wayne, Rachel Dawes, and Natasha, discussing the masked vigilante, Batman, and his protection of Gotham as the Joker runs rampant through the city. Dent states that Gotham ultimately anointed Batman their hero by allowing the crime syndicates to take over, and that sometimes, the suspension of democracy is both necessary and a public service to protect the city and its people. Why am I talking about the Joker here? Well, because Dent then delivers the most prophetic line of the film: you either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. The statement is both a foreshadowing of Dent's eventual demise as part of the Joker's primary plan to destroy Gotham, and a statement about all anointed heroes in society, that all men can be corrupted, no matter how many good intentions pave their way to hell. This March marks 5 years since WWE and the world shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic, throwing life as we knew it upside down. And on March 12, 2020, WWE announced that all live events and television broadcasts would be moved to the WWE Performance Center, with no fans in attendance, and altered the plans of WrestleMania 36, forcing John Cena and Bray Wyatt to scramble for ways to keep their feuds billed intact without the payoff in front of fans. The Firefly Funhouse match is both a haunting portrayal of the corruption of John Cena and the roadmap for Cena's retirement tour in 2025, one that could see both Wyatt's and Dent's premonitions and indictments come to fruition. The match began with a dialogue from Bray Wyatt, inviting viewers to challenge their preconceived notions of both identity and self, while preparing Cena to face the most formidable opponent of his career, himself. Cena's descent into madness, or perhaps his Day of Atonement, begins in the funhouse with an excited ramblin' rabbit telling him where to find Wyatt, but also with an ominous warning: be careful, dude. What follows is unquestionably the most cinematic WWE match of all time, which went places I've thought about a lot in the past 5 years. He's transported through several of his own personal circles of hell, his genesis as the literal baby-faced, two-toned build-a-wrestler persona during the beginning of the ruthless aggression era, the platitude-spewing muscular man from the 1980s era of wrestling, and the Doctor of Thugonomics, his mean-spirited rap persona that catapulted him to stardom. Finally, his long-awaited or long-unacknowledged, depending on your point of view, heel turn happened, first by swinging the ill-fated steel chair at Wyatt's head, a step he didn't take at WrestleMania XXX, and then re-emerging as the leader of the NWO, the villain. After he snaps back into reality, as he strikes Huskus the Pig Boy repeatedly in the head, Cena sits silently in the center of the ring, reflecting on the truth about himself and who he really is. The Fiend appears to attack him, winning the match after of Sister Abigail, followed by the Mandible Claw, with Wyatt counting the 3 as he laughs into the camera. The Fiend stands victorious over Cena, who disappears out of the ring, corrupted and beaten. A performance art piece that challenges the linear style of a wrestling match, it ultimately succeeds by pushing the flawed hero to oblivion, forcing him to acknowledge his biggest mortal sin. He lived long enough to see himself become the villain. It is both the performer's finest hour, the capstone to the story of the Fiend that would unfortunately taper off after a series of creative fumbles outside of Wyatt's control, and the moment that set the table for Cena's retirement tour, the story of a man struggling to maintain his fame.